Hi everyone. Welcome to English Book Bites, where we bring the world's best and most inspiring books to you in just a few minutes. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and spiritual books ever written, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book teaches us how to find peace, happiness, and strength, not in the past or the future, but in the present moment. It shows how to free ourselves from overthinking, worry, and emotional pain by becoming more aware of the now. Let's explore the beautiful lessons from this book that can truly change how you experience life. 1. The present moment is all you have. Eckhart Tolle begins by saying something simple yet life-changing. The past is gone. The future hasn't arrived. The only thing that truly exists is the now. Most people live lost in thoughts, replaying memories or worrying about what's next. But when you focus too much on the past, you feel regret or sadness. And when you focus too much on the future, you feel anxiety or fear. The truth is, life is always happening now. Every breath, every sound, every moment of peace happens in this very second. When you learn to live in the present, you stop missing your own life. You feel more alive, peaceful, and grateful. 2. The voice in your head isn't you. Tolle explains that most people are trapped in their minds. We constantly think, judging, worrying, remembering, and planning. But here's the shocking truth. You are not your thoughts. There's a difference between thinking and awareness. Awareness is the quiet observer, the one who notices your thoughts. For example, when you feel angry, there's a part of you that notices that anger. That awareness, that watcher, is your true self. The mind loves to create noise, but peace comes when you step back and watch it without judgment. When you realize that you're not your thoughts, they lose control over you. You stop reacting and start living consciously. 3. The pain body, the emotional shadow we carry. One of Tolle's most powerful ideas is the concept of the pain body. He says that emotional pain from the past, sadness, anger, fear, or guilt, doesn't disappear. It lives inside us, like an energy that awakens when something reminds us of old wounds. For example, if someone criticizes you and you overreact, it's not just about that moment. It's your pain body waking up. But when you observe your pain instead of feeding it, it begins to lose its power. By staying present, by saying, I see this pain, but I am not this pain, you weaken it. Awareness is the light that dissolves darkness. 4. The ego and the illusion of identity. Tolle says that much of our suffering comes from the ego, the voice that says, I'm me and mine. The ego constantly compares, judges, and tries to feel important. It says things like, I'll be happy when I get that job. I'm smarter than them. I need people to respect me. But these thoughts keep us trapped in separation and dissatisfaction. True happiness begins when you realize you don't need to prove your worth. You already are enough right now. The real you is not the name, job, or role. It's the silent presence beneath it all. When you live beyond ego, you feel peace and connection with everything around you. 5. Accept what is. One of the deepest lessons in the power of now is acceptance. Most suffering doesn't come from life itself. It comes from resisting life. We fight reality. We wish things were different. We say, this shouldn't be happening. But what if we stopped fighting? What if we simply accepted the moment as it is and worked with it instead of against it? Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means seeing reality clearly without anger or fear. When you stop resisting the present, peace enters your life naturally. As Tolle says, whatever you fight, you strengthen. Whatever you accept transforms. 6. Relationships and presence. Tolle explains that relationships often become painful because people are not present. They bring their ego, their pain body, and their past into the connection. That's why couples repeat the same arguments again and again. But when both people become conscious, when they're aware of their thoughts and emotions, love becomes deeper. Instead of reacting, you respond with calm. Instead of judging, you listen. Presence turns relationships into a space for healing, not conflict. When you are fully present with someone, truly listening without distractions, that is love in its purest form. 7. The power of surrender. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is surrender. Surrender doesn't mean failure. It means letting go of inner resistance. If you're in a difficult situation, instead of saying, "Why me?" try saying, "This is what is happening right now. Let me deal with it calmly." That inner acceptance creates peace and often leads to real solutions faster than resistance ever could. When you surrender to the present, you open the door to wisdom and grace. 8. Finding stillness in everyday life. You don't need to meditate in the mountains to find peace. Tolle says you can practice presence anywhere, washing dishes, walking, or even waiting in line. Just focus on your breath. Feel your body. Listen to the sounds around you. For a few moments, stop labeling, judging, or thinking, and simply be. That's where you find the stillness beneath all the noise. As you practice this, you'll notice that your worries fade, your mind becomes clearer, and life feels lighter. 9. Awakening to the power of now. Eckhart Tolle's main message is this: you are not your past or your future. You are consciousness itself. The now is where life truly exists. Not somewhere else, not sometime later, but here. When you learn to live in the now, every ordinary moment becomes extraordinary. The sunlight feels warmer, the breeze feels softer, and your heart feels calmer. This is the real meaning of spiritual awakening, to wake up from the dream of thoughts and live in full awareness of the present. Let's review the key lessons. 1. Live in the now. It's the only real moment. 2. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. 3. Observe the pain body without feeding it. 4. Let go of the ego and the need to prove yourself. 5. Accept life as it is. Resistance creates suffering. 6. Bring presence into your relationships. 7. Surrender and find peace in what is. 8. Practice stillness in everyday moments. Closing message. Eckhart Tolle reminds us that peace, happiness, and enlightenment aren't found by changing the world, but by changing our relationship with the present moment. When you stop being controlled by your thoughts and emotions, when you wake up to the now, you discover a calm and beautiful life that was always waiting for you. So take a deep breath, look around you, and remember, the present moment is your greatest power. Thank you for listening to English Book Bites. If you enjoyed this summary of the power of now, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring book summaries every week. Together, let's keep learning from the world's greatest books to live smarter, calmer, and more awakened lives. See you next time for another inspiring 10-minute journey through a world-changing book.